What if I told you that the contents of this case represent an amazing innovation that could forever change the way you do live video transmission in the field, whether it's as part of your production or as a monitor for the entire set? All of it for less than $500? You've got to be kidding me. I'm not kidding you, and we'll take a look straight ahead at the Hollyland wireless video transmission system. Prepare to have your mind blown. Hi friends, Bill here. Welcome inside Bill's Reviews and Tech Tips. Today is a bit of a combination of those two things, a review and a tech tip, as we explore together the Hollyland wireless video transmission system. This is remarkable, and I'll give you that spoiler alert right at the front. A couple of weeks ago, we were on a production scene doing a live stream across several social media channels for a television program that I host. And my director of production said, I have an idea. How about we give these a shot? I never really thought it would work, to be honest with you. And I'm going to show you in a few minutes how well it did work. This Hollyland wireless video transmission system over-delivered on what I thought it was going to bring to the equation. And the ease that we were able to set it up with was just a bonus on top of all that. So let me walk you through what we have here in the kit, and then we're going to go through the setup process so that you can see how all of this comes together. We'll fire it up on my DSLR camera, and then we'll also show you some of the B-roll from that project. So in this kit, you don't get the camera, you don't get the battery, right? You get the basics. You get a power supply, you get the Hollyland transmitter, you get the receiver, you get multiple antennas because each of them takes 3 antennas on the top, and you get the cold shoe mount, a case, and a couple of other things that come with it. The core of all of this, I think one of the most appealing aspects of all of this, if you've ever worked in live video transmission spaces, I mean, in the past it was a live truck, ridiculous. Then it kind of came down to a little bit more compact kit. But I've never seen anything as compact as this. So let's set some things up. First of all, both the transmitter and the receiver are able to be powered a couple of different ways. One with a battery pack that you can go and get a kind of a generic battery that will slide onto the back of this. In fact, we'll do that here in a couple moments with the transmitter so that I can walk around with the camera. And you can also plug it into an adapter that comes with the kit. We'll do that for the receiver. The antennas go right on top. There's this cold shoe mount. And as we start to kind of put the kit together, one of the things that I've been most impressed by is the quality of the construction of everything that we're dealing with here. It's not plastic. It's not super lightweight. But again, these things are the size of what, a wallet? So it's not like it's going to weigh you down too much. So let me get kind of the basic elements of this in place. As we put the antennas on the transmitter, we got the battery on the back of it. We'll come over to the DSLR. We'll put the cold shoe mount in place. Just kind of a nice just lever attachment that keeps it from sliding out on us. Wind that around a couple times and we're in. Then, you don't really need me to show you too much about how a cold shoe mount works, I wouldn't think. All right, so we get the transmitter mounted on top of the DSLR camera, and now we have to connect these two units, right? I don't have one of the nice short HDMI cables, so forgive me for the bulk that you're about to see, but my camera has an HDMI mini in, so I have that adapter, so I've just got this coiled up. If you're really into this, and if you're going to pick up this kit, grab yourself, in fact, we'll put a link to it, grab yourself a shorter HDMI cable so you don't have all this bulk kind of rolling around. But for the purposes of demonstration, the HDMI port right over here, and then easy enough, we're going to take the HDMI side over to here. Okay, so we have the camera ready to go, the transmitter ready to go. Now let's prepare the receiver. Again, the basics, we're going to attach the antennas on top. So these two units can connect with each other, and a little teaser for you. You're going to be blown away at the range that this provides. We'll show you that from our recent shoot here in just a moment. Now in this case, in the case of the receiver, I'm actually going to power it up with the unit that they provided that plugs right in. Already got it plugged in, so we're going to come down here. We will attach that. Let me get this out of your way so you can see what's happening on this side of the equation and hopefully not knock everything onto the floor. So, couldn't be easier there. Now I'm just going to run an HDMI cord into my monitor so you can see the image as we fire things up here in just a moment. Now, one of the things that most impressed myself and my production director was the speed at which these units began talking to each other. They begin a search party as soon as I power both of them up, which I have not done yet. That power slider is right here on the side. Once I do that, you're going to see on the monitor, they're going to pop up together and start trying to find each other. So that's the camera powering up. Now I'm going to send some juice through the transmitter. I'm going to send some juice through the receiver. And this is them talking to each other. You'll see the main boot up screen from Hollyland, and now they are linking together. Hollyland linking together. And generally speaking, certainly inside of 30 seconds, they find each other most often. There are multiple channels that they're working through. And we have now video from this camera that you are able to see live. I am not tethered to anything. I am able to get up. In fact, just for the sake of being here, I'll get up and walk around a little bit and show you. And I know that you're watching it on a device that probably isn't showing it to you in 4K, but this image is fantastic. It's cool. It's the image, of course, from the camera, but it's also the image of the wireless transmission. Forgive the mess, but you are going to see an uninterrupted signal coming back your way. Now, this is all fine and dandy in the controlled setting, the controlled atmosphere of an office and a studio and storage area and all that. But what happens when you get out into a big commercial space? Well, just a couple of weeks ago, we took this kit along with other cameras for a multicam shoot that we did to help celebrate the grand opening of a new retail store in the west side of Michigan. That retail store is 35,000 square feet. We were set up for our broadcast location near the back of the store so that we weren't interfering with traffic flow, because they actually had people camping outside the store for 4 days before the doors opened. It's crazy. But what we really wanted to do was be out front during the ribbon cutting and the initial door opening moment. Well, how do we accomplish that? From our remote broadcast location set up in the back, where I had 3 cameras trained on me as the host, my director of production connected these Hollyland wireless video transmission units to our big Sony and began walking around the store and then walking outside the store through the automatic doors, where you would think there would be some interference, where you would kind of think that you would see the picture drop or at least kind of reset. At that point, he is several hundred feet away from my broadcast location, walking around with a shoulder-mounted camera outside around the crowd to capture the moment, to follow them back in, and then in the same long shot while I'm narrating things, works his way on kind of a tour throughout the store. And all along the way, the picture was perfect. So friends, I don't know what you're looking for, what needs you may have for this. Some of the practical applications of this kit are on a production scene where you just need multiple monitors so that you can see, if you have 4 cameras around, the director back at his station is able to see just monitoring, and you're not including the video in your production. That's one option. But another option is, maybe you're a live streamer and you want to do some things remotely. Maybe you've got some sort of a situation where you've got a couple of mounted cameras, but you'd like to be able to turn things around and show from another angle what's going on. That didn't shut down, by the way, because of Hollyland. That's my camera going into standby mode. Sorry about that interruption. Whatever the application you have may be, I have been incredibly impressed by the quality, the reliability, the stability of the images coming through this Hollyland wireless video system, and the reality of it being less than $500. I got to tell you, in the world of production equipment, it blows my mind. It's a good time to be alive, friends. Innovation is your friend, and I really think that if you have any need whatsoever for wireless video transmission, I really think this Hollyland kit will also be your friend. Appreciate you watching. Make sure you subscribe to Bill's Reviews and Tech Tips, and if there's something that we can help you with, a product we can review, or a question we can answer about these, please send it our way.